Yeah, I would say coming in my freshman year, I didn't really know what to expect.
Okay.
I know we had a lot of older guys, so kind of just finding my role, seeing what I could do to get on the field at all. And then, it's just progressed each year. So I would say, um, I didn't have, super high expectations coming in my freshman year just because we had such an old room.
Right.
But just seeing how it's shaking out, I've been pretty happy with it.
Your support system, because you're not far from here, is that how much does that help you day to day? Just have people close, or you want to have family members come up? What's that mean?
Yeah, it's huge. When you're in that slump, that mental slump, it's huge to have people that you can lean on for support. And I would say just having my family close by. My mom and dad love to come up all the time, and I'm close enough to just buzz home on the weekends. So it's huge, just to mentally relax a little bit.
How long does that drive take?
It's only about an hour 15, so I can just I could go home right now if I wanted to.
Yeah, and the average game, how many people are in the stand for you? Is it a lot? Like at the Illinois game, home game, is there a bunch of people there for you?
Oh, yeah, I would say there's a decent amount of people that come. My dad has a big tailgate that he loves to, invite everybody from Rochester to. So it's cool to see, so many people from the Springfield area, 217 Central Illinois, just come out and support.
Does Leonard ever come over?
Yeah, he makes it over. He's pretty busy during the season because he's obviously coaching. So, but he usually tries to make it over for 1 or 2 games a year, which is nice to see him.
When you thought about the school, was that being able to play close to home, was that important to you, or not that big of a deal?
I would say it was a big deal to me.
Okay.
Just being able to represent Illinois and kind of take on that role was big.
I think from a confidence standpoint, probably had your most productive season as a receiver last year. What would that do for you going into the spring and to the season?
I would say I'm obviously playing a lot more confidently, kind of just trusting myself a little more, and I've got good knowledge of the offense and a better connection with Luke. So I think that's all kind of just helped me progress as a player.
I think someone talked the other day about the value of Luke's leadership and knowledge of the offense helping maybe some new faces in the room. What's that do when you have a quarterback in his third year who knows the ins and outs of literally everything?
Yeah, I mean, a third-year starter is huge for us. He's just got great control. He knows where he wants to go with the ball, how to push us. He knows what to expect from different types of receivers. So I think just having him back there. It's kind of a good feeling just for the whole offense, the whole team in general, I would say, just because he knows what he's doing back there.
When did you feel maybe all right, we know each other pretty well here? Is there a game or a practice or a summer or
I would say last season, he had Patton Zakari, who he kind of went to with the ball. So I would say we kind of had that moment probably this spring. But, I mean, it was never bad.
Right,
it just, took that next step this spring, I would say.
What's that feel like?
Feels great, to be honest. We trust each other, kind of know what each other are thinking, so I think that's really helped us both.
Did that Rutgers game and also that Citrus Bowl, does that kind of give you a little kick in your step, or do you always kind of stay the same the entire time?
It gives me a little kick in my step, but I feel like I stay pretty even. Never get too high, never get too low, so I kind of just try and keep that same attitude every day.
How did success as a returner translate to, I think we talked probably about this last year, but how did that translate to the role as a receiver?
Yeah, I think, just my decision making. In punt returns, you got to decide if you're going to catch it or return it. So I would say that kind of helped speed up my decision making process, and then once I got the ball in my hands, it kind of just helped me open up my field vision and get to making moves.
Did it feel all right, I know how to do it, with the ball in my hands?
Yeah.
We saw you do that so much. Did it feel okay, I've felt this before?
I would definitely say that's where it started, was punt returning, because that's where I got most of my opportunity, with the ball in my hands early on. So just being able to make guys miss and then being I can do this, really helped me translate it to the offensive side of the ball.
What stood out about some of the transfers, J-Bo and Hudson?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen J-Bo make plays. He's a real, red zone threat. You can just toss it up to him, and he's coming down with the ball no matter what. And Hudson's kind of, just a little bit of everything. He can run routes. He can be a deep threat. He's a good blocker. So I think those guys are going to really fit in well with us.
Another 217 guy in the room with Braden. What stood out about him?
Yeah, I talked about him a little earlier, but no, you're good. 217 I think it's huge. Just having that connection with him, and it's good to see Central Illinois being represented. Because we got me and Aiden, and I don't know if there's anybody else from Central.
Count Mac? I mean, Mac is
kind of Central, kind of
yeah.
a little bit. But you know, those Central Illinois guys, it's just a good feeling that Central Illinois is being represented. He's having a great spring, you know, being an early enrollee. He's making plays, and he's going to be really good, I think.
Do you guys keep an eye out? I know 2020